10 most expensive states in America. Record-setting inflation is changing how people are living all around the world. In the United States, this increasing pressure of inflation, coupled with the current recession, is making the cost of living an even greater obstacle for some than it had already been. Americans need to confront the big questions of whether to move and where to move more than ever. When deciding where and when to move, a person not only needs to consider home prices, but also other relevant factors, such as transportation, groceries, utilities, and sales taxes. These costs can add up quickly. Uprooting your life and moving isn't always cheap, so we've put together a list of the 10 most expensive states to live in America to help you best navigate your next move. Number 10. Vermont. Starting off our list at number 10 is Vermont. The Green Mountain State was, until last year, the great refuge of the Northeast where city dwellers came to visit, a getaway from the fast-paced and expensive life for a while. Last year, however, people decided to stay. As demand far outweighed supply, home prices in Vermont shot up 20% last year, spiking the average home cost to $546,522 in Burlington. According to the most recent census data, the average annual household income in Vermont was $63,477 with a per capita income average of $35,854. So, for those thinking of moving to Vermont in hopes of living comfortably on an average household income, may consider just booking a weekend at a cozy B&B during maple syrup season instead. Number 9. Rhode Island. Next on our list is Rhode Island. On average, Rhode Island residents have one of the highest overall monthly utility bills in the United States. The degree that residents are paying for heating, oil, and natural gas is what earned the ocean state the number 9 spot on our list. Who would have thought the smallest state in America might have some of the highest utility prices? Well, Rhode Island residents receive more power from natural gas than any other state in America. As a result, heating oil and natural gas have risen drastically, up to 60% from 2021. While living in your average costing $436,045 home in Providence on your average household income of $70,395, it might seem like your money is going a long way in your house by the bay. Until, of course, you factor in the monthly cost of keeping your home at room temperature. In Rhode Island, you'll likely pay double what your neighbors across the country in Washington pay for the comfort of wearing shorts indoors. Number 8. Connecticut. If you are trying to pay reasonable energy costs, New England isn't the place to be right now. Number 8 on our list is Connecticut, the Nutmeg State, the Constitution State. The average homeowner in Connecticut pays $438.21 per month in utilities as a whole, which also makes Connecticut the pay more for energy than any other state in the country. At an average home price of $653,962 in Stamford, your average household income of $79,855 might allow a bit of wiggle room in your bank account. That is until you want to make a sandwich, where you will find yourself paying bloated grocery costs, especially for sandwiches, where a loaf will cost you 60% more in Connecticut than just down the coast in Wilmington, Delaware. Number 7. Maryland. At number 7 is Maryland, home to delicious crab legs, saltwater taffy, and surf and turf. However, this state excessive food costs might make it difficult to justify visiting Maryland to enjoy these delights. Now imagine living here. Food costs have soared to such a degree that a steak will cost you 40% more in Bethesda than in Tupelo, Mississippi. Even for the bargain meat lover, Maryland will have you buying ground beef at a 50% markup. Just outside DC, this food cost spike is most apparent, and coupling the cost of food with the average home price of $897,311 in Bethesda, Gaithersburg, or Frederick, your average household income of $87,063 literally won't be enough to bring home the bacon. Number 6. Alaska. Alaska, the last frontier. Alaska may be referred to as the last frontier because it's the last place you want to live when your energy bill comes in the mail. While Alaska doesn't have any income tax or sales tax and the state pays its citizens to reside in the state, it still makes our list at number 6. Considering Alaska's frigid weather and frequent snowfalls, the state's residents pay more for natural gas than almost anyone else in the United States, averaging $122.83 per month. Your average $599,131 home in Juneau wouldn't be too difficult to afford on your $77,790 average household income if the rest of your money aren't spent on heads of iceberg lettuce. That's right, a head of lettuce will cost you double what a resident in Arizona would pay. Number 5. Oregon. We are at the halfway point on our list of most expensive states to live in the United States of America. At number 5 is the nature lover paradise, Oregon. Anyone who has ever been to Portland knows how weird and wonderful it can be. However, less known is how expensive weird can get. While the flagship Voodoo Donut Shop is enough to get anyone to visit Oregon, you may want to run some numbers before making the move. The state cost of living is 31.43% higher than the national average, and the home values in Oregon have gone up over 16.5% within the past year. Number 4. Massachusetts. Returning back to New England for number 4 on our list, Massachusetts, the Bay State, the state where food, housing, and energy prices keep rising. Dairy prices have risen more than 15%, causing the milk you just bought at your Boston grocery store to cost double what it would have been in Detroit, Michigan. Home values have gone up over 14.6% within the past year, with a typical home costing around $592,000. To top off this 1-2-3 punch, this state residents pay some of the highest natural gas prices in America at an average of $107.08 per month. Number 3. California. Coming in at number 3 on our list is the Golden State. For more than 30 years, California has been building around 110,000 fewer housing units than the amount needed to stay at pace with demand, causing a substantial housing shortage within the state. However, just because home ownership is extremely low in California, it doesn't mean the rent is cheap. Major metropolitan areas like San Francisco and Los Angeles have some of the highest rents in America, with only an average income of $68,510. And don't even get us started on the state income tax rate and gas prices, both of which are currently the highest in the nation. Number 2. New York. Prices in New York are in a league of their own. Similar to California, costs tend to run much higher in major metropolitan areas like New York City. While the average cost of a 2-bedroom apartment in New York averages $1,717, a similar unit located in New York City averages $5,874. With those prices, it should be no surprise that the average home in Manhattan comes in at around $2.3 million. Unfortunately, these high prices aren't exclusive to housing. The average New York City resident pays over 50% more in monthly groceries than an average resident does in Wichita, Kansas. Number 1. Hawaii. Closing out our list and taking the top spot as the most expensive state in America is the Aloha State. It turns out that having your own slice of paradise is going to cost you. The average household income in Hawaii is $59,760, and the average home price is around $901,000. One might ask, who can afford to buy a home based on those numbers? Well, only 29% of residents can, making home ownership in Hawaii one of the lowest levels in the country. However, let's say island life is calling your name and you find somewhere to live. You still need to eat. Being an island state comes with steep shipping costs, but even staple items are pricey. A 5-pound bag of granulated sugar will cost you about twice as much in Honolulu as it would in Danville, Illinois. Even though these 10 states are among the most expensive states in America, they are home to many. Have you lived in any of these states or know someone living there? We invite you to share your experience or what you've heard about these states in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.